increase in the number of Vietnamese being smuggled into Hong Kong. Officers then began working with mainland authorities to investigate. This month, the officials took action and busted a cross-border smuggling syndicate. According to authorities, the syndicate was based in Vietnam, and it targeted locals there who wanted to work in Hong Kong. So how did this syndicate operate? The first step was to arrange for the Vietnamese nationals to travel to Dong Xi in Guangxi province using legal documents. After arriving on the mainland, the group would travel to Shenzhen before entering Hong Kong illegally by hiding in trucks going across the border. Each illegal entrant will be provided with forged documents and a job. The cost for one person ranged between 8,000 to 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. Principal Immigration Officer Choi Yun-ning said these illegal immigrants wouldn't work in mainstream companies. Instead, they usually end up working as masseurs or as dishwashers in restaurants where they can use a fake ID to apply for the position. 23 people were arrested in total, including 10 Hong Kong residents. Those arrested include members of the syndicate, truck drivers, and employers who hired the illegal immigrants. Evelyn Lang, TVB News.
Residents of a Chunwan industrial building have been caught by surprise by a building's department order requiring them to move out. They were unaware that they were living in illegal subdivided flats, and some of them had moved in as recently as a month ago. Joao da Silva reports.
The closure order notices are posted around the Wing Fung industrial building on Sha Tsui Road. Inside, one flat has been subdivided into 12 units. These are served by only 2 toilets and a shared kitchen, which is equipped with a gas stove and a rice cooker. On the wall, there's a $5,000 electricity bill dated from last August. This resident moved to Hong Kong from Thailand 20 years ago. She moved into one of the flats with her husband just last month. She says nobody told her that the flat was illegal and stresses that the facilities are generally dirty and in bad condition. Another flat inside the building has been subdivided into 9 units, which have been renovated. There's electricity, running water and air conditioning, but no one is currently living there. There's also a rusty fire extinguisher right outside. The corridors are narrow and emergency exits are left open and covered in rubbish. Last year, the landlord of the 2 flats was convicted twice for violating related regulations. In March, the Buildings Department applied for a closure order from the district court, and tenants are being told to move out. In the meantime, authorities are providing them with assistance. Joao da Silva, TVB News.
A woman accused of abusing 3 foreign domestic helpers, including Indonesian helper Ariana Celestiansi, will learn about her fate next month. Both the prosecution and the defense have been giving closing submissions in the trial of Law Wan Tung. The prosecution has accused Law of using Ariana as a slave for free. It also listed the injuries sustained by the helper. The defense said some of Ariana's injuries could have been self-inflicted or caused by accidents. It also argued she was not an honest witness. A verdict will be handed down at the district court on February 10th.
The world's most powerful business and political leaders are meeting in the Swiss city of Davos this week to tackle the issue of global inequality. This after a study claims that by next year, more than half of the world's wealth will be owned by just 1% of the population. Sonia Otero reports.
Consider this. The richest 1% of the world's population could soon own more than everyone else put together. The anti-poverty charity group Oxfam released this staggering statistic. It is their hope those gathered at the World Economic Forum from today through Thursday can address this issue.
If we don't tackle this problem of inequality, that the number of people living in poverty around the world will stagnate, because we can't go on forever seeing more and more money accumulating in the hands of a tiny, tiny group of people at the top.
Plus, the top tier's wealth increased from 44% in 2009 to 48% in 2014 and will exceed 50% by 2016. The report claims 7 out of every 10 people on the planet now live in a country where inequality is soaring. Oxfam believes taxing the rich even more may solve this disparity.
The clear message that governments should take away from Davos is that they should tax the rich. They should tax rich people and rich corporations progressively and fairly.
The forum will also tackle issues surrounding global security. This is why sessions will be held with countries most affected by terrorism and the threat of Islamic State militants.
Certainly, most of the conflict areas, Ukraine, certainly Russia, the Middle East and so on, are represented by leaders. And you can be assured that some interaction will take place to look particularly at the issue, how can we create reconciliation?
Sonia Artero, TVB News.
All right, Tony, what's in sports today?
We've got some tennis, exciting stuff from Melbourne, and some football and some skiing to finish off with. No surprises on the second day of the Australian Open today, with defending champion Stan Wawrinka cruising into round 2. Also in the mix is, of course, top seed Novak Djokovic, who served out a straight sets win.
Just another walk in the park for